Ancient Lake.
Lap 2.
Final lap. Finish! Fossil Canyon. Get ready! Go!
Lap 2.
Power up! Final lap. Power up! Finish! Jungle Falls. Get ready! Go!
Lap 2.
Power up! Final lap. Finish! Hot Top Volcano. Get ready! Go! Ooh! Wow! Way!
Lap 2. Trophy race. Whale Bay.
Get ready!
Go! Lap 2.
Final lap!
Pirate Lagoon.
Get ready!
Lap 2.
Final lap!
Christmas Island. Power up. Lap 2.
Final lap!
Treasure case. Lap 2. Everfrost Peak. Lap 2.
Final lap. Power up. Finish.
Walrus Code.
Yeah. Are you talking about Nord or?
And now we have Restream 6 in
Huh?
here.
Yeah, that's.
Can people hear that?
Is this one will work? Oh, okay, so Restream 6 is for speed gaming too. I think they can hear us now.
Hey, people can hear my sexy co-commentator.
All right, so yeah, sorry about that, guys. There's a bit of an issue with the source audio for the commentators. But we're on now.
So our in-depth strats we explained.
Yeah, so they're in the snow trophy, so we missed the first two, but this is one of the more interesting ones. A lot of really bad things can happen in the snow world.
Snowball Valley is a really fast track,
Yeah, very
similar
fast.
to Jungle Falls.
Very chaotic as well.
Treasure Caves.
You're boosting almost the whole time.
Walrus Cove, that's a really rough one to get good at.
Oh yeah. Really, all of the car tracks I feel in snow are pretty tough to do consistently well, and then of course there's Everfrost Peak.
Yeah, if anyone has questions about the gameplay, just ask.
Snowball map.
Even though the answer to why do they do something is always because it's faster.
Yeah, to answer about the music, why there's no music, I know some people are disappointed about that. It does slow the game down a bit to have the music, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hate that. Honestly.
It's not a huge difference, but it's enough that if you take ATR seriously, it's a good idea to turn it off.
I was told it's 15 to 20 seconds.
Is it that much? I was told more like 10.
Gis said 10 to 15.
I thought, yeah, I heard Gis say 10, but maybe 10 to 15. Yeah, I guess it depends too. How much other lag you have, and I don't know.
Can you whistle the music?
I don't know if anyone wants to hear that. Alright. Frosty Village does have some great music though. Alright, so
Frosty Village
out of
probably
snow.
gains a lot from not having music. It's such a laggy track.
Yeah, this one is very noticeable. Other tracks where you'll notice it a lot are ones where you like getting one particular good boost is really important, and sometimes just that little bit of extra lag can throw you off. Like I notice it a lot with Crescent Island going around the turn, trying to like get the lift off the ground. It's like a lot harder to get a good one with music on. I feel
Okay,
like.
and we
I don't know if
see
that's just me.
hovercraft again with Boulder Canyon on
Oh,
Abe's
yeah.
side.
The last hovercraft track we'll be seeing, one of only 3. And most people think this is the hardest one. That was a pretty good boost.
Oh, yeah.
Then the bonk that denies you the bananas.
Yes.
Can't tell you how many times I've done that.
What you want to do in hovercraft is just keep snaking, because those turns each give you a speed boost. That's an intended mechanic, but yeah, we just abuse it.
Yeah, by just holding R the whole time and doing constantly small turns back and forth, you can go quite a bit faster than just going straight.
And also, you can do A tapping just like in all the vehicles, but in hovercraft and plane, you don't tap all the time. Instead, you just hold the button until you get to 60, and then you tap.
Yeah, tapping doesn't help you very much unless you're already, it doesn't help you unless you're already at full speed. Whereas in car, there's a little bit more of a buffer where you can still get some benefit from tapping. So you'll see a lot of players won't bother tapping at all in hover.
It's obviously a good habit to start doing it.
Yeah. I don't tap as much as I should in hover and plane.
You get a capture card, then you stream it. Emulator is very broken for this game. Banned for a reason.
Yeah, emulator is not accurate. But, if you just want to try the game out and you don't have access to an N64, then I guess you could use it.
But it's not that bad. The Japanese version is the fastest, and that's the cheapest version to get anyway.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
And you can get good capture cards for very little money, like GV USB 2 that is really popular in the community.
Ooh, I think Ave did the same thing both times. He cut his turn just a little bit too early and went right into that wall. Greenwood Village is a pretty difficult car track. There's a lot of tight turns.
And there will be oil or spike ball in lap 2 or both.
It's also one of the worst ones, especially at the beginning of lap 2 as you go into that tunnel. There's always a bunch of traps there. But there is a shield you can get. I didn't see if he got it or not.
But I like Greenwood Village.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites as well.
The start is so rough to learn, where you have to get those 4 bananas without the AI blocking you and still getting the zipper.
Oh, yeah.
He
always wants
to learn.
Drift right in front of you, right as you come to the boost, yeah. And as a casual, the AI on this level is really brutal. A lot of people probably remember having trouble with the silver coins on this level because the AI is actually not that slow, and you have to work pretty hard to get the coins and get first.
Okay, Ave doing windmill pains. Is he not doing the out of bounds?
Yeah, this it's like a slower Everfrost Peak, the inbounds.
Please never mention that other game on DS.
Let's see if he goes for the double boost. Oh, he's not going for it. Okay. Oh, he didn't go for the... He skipped the zipper, too. Okay. I guess that works.
I'm also not doing the windmill planes out of bounds.
Oh, I've not done it in the tournament yet. I mean, I might do it if I think I have to, but if I don't think I have to, I'm definitely just gonna do inbounds. I also really like the inbounds windmill planes.
I've improved it a bit recently. I'm now down to a 137 with
Oh, that's not bad.
drumstick.
Yeah. Did you get any of the double boosts? You know which one I'm talking about?
Not really.
The ground zipper.
The ground zipper, no.
Okay.
I'm not really familiar with that trick. Yes, the Haunted Woods is a really hard track to learn how to control those zippers. It's not so they don't send you into a wall.
Yeah, there's that particular sequence of zippers you have to go over, and you're trying to like fling yourself into the tunnel with a good angle and speed. It's really easy to make one small mistake and just.
There's one zipper to the right you never want to hit.
Yeah, hitting that by accident is easier than you think. Wait, why is Ave in 8th place? Did he accidentally... I didn't see what happened. He started FFL in 8th place.
Yeah, let's see what space dust time he gets. This is a notorious track for being...
This track alone is a large reason why many players choose to start with FFL when doing attempts for a PB, because...
And also the reason why many players just call those attempts Space Dust Alley ILs.
Yeah. Yeah, the joke is that you don't ever actually get runs going because you just spend the whole time trying to get a good Space Dust Alley.
The Japanese cartridge is faster in this category because of an out of bounds in the last track.
Yeah, we'll see that actually because Ave is going to be able to go for it and Dunoran cannot. So we'll see both inbounds and out of bounds Spaceport Alpha.
There's also a better wrong warp you can use on the Japanese version, but that's only for adventure mode categories.
Alright, so Ave actually, yeah, it's not too bad of an SDA. And let's see, Dunoran's going to be starting the trophy race now.
Now, 8th with this really tough car track, Dark Moon.
Yeah. This is another one of my least favorites.
Or Bonk Moon Caverns.
Yeah, it seems like the walls have hitboxes. They like extend onto the track just to just to hit you when you least expect.
You know, they expand when you get close.
Yeah, like those craters in like that middle section. They're like twice as big as they look.
Yeah, no, gotta learn the out of bounds in Dark Moon.
Oh yeah, the go sideways on the...
I can do it!
You've done it before?
Yes.
I've never actually tried. How hard is it to do?
It's just random. You have to... how I learned it from Nordic, when you go into the second loop, you aim at the second white stripe to the right at the 90-degree angle. Bonk into the wall. Hope to clip out.
I'll have to try that sometime.
I once got it 2 out of 3. And now Nordic wants me to do it in every race.
You know what? I believe that Ave could PB here.
What is his
Doesn't
PB?
he have like a mid 28? I think he could maybe.
I think.
Maybe Dunord too. I actually don't know what Dunord's exact PB is.
Dunord has a
32,
31
37.
something.
Oh, did he get a 31? It's not on here if he did.
Wait a second.
He might have PB during the races. A lot of people did. Alright, but yeah, going on to Star City, one of my favorite tracks.
Oh no, it has a 32, you're right. You like those 90-degree turns?
I do. I really like Greenwood Village and Star City. Same reason. It's lots of fun turns.
I only recently beat the year-old PV in Star City.
Oof, his wheel got stuck on the wall.
I can't forget how in the tournament race, in the second one, I choked the ATR PB by falling off the bridge.
Oh, that didn't happen to me in a race, but one attempt I had recently. Yeah, the falling off the bridge is one of the worst ways to lose a run, especially if it's a dyno start.
The noob bridge.
Yeah. You have to learn your limits on that bridge. Oh. Ave says Ave has a 28:05, so he's probably, yeah, he can't beat that then. But he might be able to beat the time that he has on leaderboard.
Okay. It will depend on him getting that out of bounds in lap 1.
Alright. So he's going to be trying to collect as many bananas as he can on the way.
By the way, bananas make you faster.
Yeah, bananas increase your top speed, and while you're out of bounds, there's really nothing to get in the way, so that top speed is really important. And let's see, he's getting the shield to block the shots, and let's see if he gets this. Alright, nice. It's not really that hard to do for a player. Oh, he's really low.
Oh, be careful.
That scared me. Oh.
Because if you fly too low, you will be reset to the start of the lap.
Yeah, the game, if you go too far down, you'll jump to the beginning, and it won't reset the flags either, so if you were like partway through the lap, you'll have to go finish a whole nother lap, or at least get back to the last checkpoint.
That was a loop. Yeah, the reason you cannot go out of bounds there is that in the Japanese version, the original release of this game, they just forgot to add the texture there. So there's no collision, you can just fall out of bounds. And in the later releases, they fixed that.
Alright, well, Ave finishing with a 28:30. Very respectable time. I think only slightly slower than the time he has on the leaderboard.
5 seconds.
Yeah, so very good race time for him. And Dunord actually looking like he might PB as well. Oh, he does have to do the inbound spaceport though, so I have to keep that in mind. Oh, too bad.
Ooh, rough bunk.
Yeah, there are lots of things that can go wrong in this level. The AI has a habit of leaving traps in the tunnel, like around the corners where you can't see them until it's too late. At least when I play.
You might want to get a shield.
Yeah. I sometimes do get shield if it's like a good run and I don't want to lose it, but usually I just YOLO.
Now we'll see inbounds Spaceport Alpha.
Yeah. Bananas cap out at 10.
Yeah.
So most of the time you want to spend the first lap trying to get 10 or as close as you can to 10, so that you have the speed for as long as possible.
In some tracks, it's the best to not go out of your way for bananas.
It
like
depends
Snowball
on.
Valley.
Yes, Snowball Valley is a good example. Yeah, it depends on how hard it is to get the bananas and how long is the track. All right, one more lap. And if that time on the leaderboard is accurate for Dunor, then he is on PB pace.
Go for it. Hey, I'm just quoting TT.
Yeah, TT likes to shout out encouragement to you, although sometimes it can be frustrating when he says, like, go for it right after you slam into a wall or something.
Like this.
It's like he's
You
taunting
just-
you.
You jinxed it. Oh, unofficial PB is
Alright.
31:18, so I guess
Okay.
you beat your
So, yeah,
SR
beat the
comp.
32 that he had, but yeah, both players having actual unofficial PBs that are better than the ones they had on the leaderboard.
Okay, then ready for round 2.
Yep, so that was just one. It is a best of 3. And yeah, Ave, he's playing pretty well, considering. Well, I don't know how much he had played since that the last time, but his time on the leaderboard is nearly a year old.
Trophy race.
And getting that close to it in a race, although even if his actual PB is low 28.
I'm just waiting for them to set up the next race.
So Andy, what group are you in again?
Chi.
C. Okay.
Chi. Habe, Muyo, and Gilly Guide.
Oh, okay.
I should set up another match there with Habe or Muyo. That group is basically Sweden versus Wave Race. We have 2 runners from Sweden, Habe and Muyo, and 2 Wave Race runners, me and Gilly.
My group is 3 out of 4 from the USA, and Musty's French, I think.
And there's the Time Zone Hell group.
Oh yeah, that one. I don't know how they're gonna manage that. They've got one Japan, East Coast, US, West Coast, and then
Canada, and Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't started yet.
Trophy race.
Hey Goliath. Yeah, and
Hi,
good luck to our
Goliath.
runners on match 2. Looks like they're set up, so... Oh, they made a different channel, okay. Alright, the race started on the IRC in 1 second.
They should do Adventure 2 just because they can.
Adventure 2.
I literally can't play Adventure
It's so
2.
hard. You would think that it would, it's not that different, but it's so hard to adjust.
Okay, we're doing Rumpelsee now, because I'm going to announce every German name of those tracks.
Alright. Yeah, back to Ancient Lake.
Lap 2.
Dunor had a good lap, but then slipped right between the 2 balloons.
You can get a double there,
Yeah.
or you can get none.
Yeah, I usually get none. I think to get the double, you have to go at like a certain angle through them, right?
And then you never you get it so rarely that you're surprised and you haven't practiced it and you mess it up.
Yeah, usually if I get the double in lap 1, or it end up getting a worse time.
We don't seem to have a timer on the Nord.
Yeah, he had one last game. I don't know.
Okay, we're now at
It looks like
Skelettschlucht.
he accidentally done early. So if he's that might have happened if he synced with live split. That might be why he doesn't have his timer as well.
Oh really? Does the US version has an inaccessible German setting?
Is that really?
I like that this is called Fossil Canyon in English, but it's called Skelettschlucht, which literally means skeleton canyon.
Well, there are no fossils or skeletons that I see on this. On this
Yeah, you
track.
could Jungle Falls has that.
Oh, did he hit a? I think he hit a mine there. Oh, they both did. Yikes. This canyon area, Fossil Canyon.
You can skip it by doing canyonless.
Canyonless, yeah. They got 113 and 114, so they're very close still.
Okay, they're doing Dschungelsturz now.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Habby. I have actually done that very same thing before. Unfortunately, he can't really restart his timer after that because it would be inaccurate. So I guess we're just going to have to use Avi's timer and assume they're close enough.
Yeah, there's that hidden Japanese setting, but I think it just says Japanese everywhere instead of actual Japanese. I'm not even using live split for races. I'm just going into the IRC like in the old days.
I use a actual IRC client. I use MIRC. It's but yeah, the live split is really nice because it just makes it a lot easier to get set up.
Okay, we're in Brodelvulkan now.
Oh, unfortunate for Dunord. I think he needed to angle it just a little bit more down. Oh, he's not going to go for the back.
Went for it. He can still do the backup.
I think he doesn't know the backup.
I can't really do the backup with the zipper. I have to use a balloon.
Yeah, I do the balloon backup. Do you just get the one on the right side and then just turn left?
I mean, technically you can go out of bounds.
Oh, and then he... Oh, that's too bad. Missed the balloon on the second lap. So we're probably just going to be seeing an inbounds hot top volcano from Dunor, unless he decides to still go for lap 3. At that point, I wonder how much time it would save. It's probably still worth trying. Oh, but he missed the balloon again. That's
what I do, just that for safe strats, do a double balloon out of bounds. It's much easier in my opinion.
Well, you could. I feel like for the hot top volcano is lenient enough that, but yeah, that's good. Good strat if you want to make it an easier time, especially if you're just like learning the out of bounds and your plane movement isn't that solid yet. Like I had a lot of trouble when I started just being able to move the plane to have the right position and angle I need. Because the plane movement when you're a beginner is so hard.
Oh, and Ave doing Blauwalbucht. Literally, it means the same thing as Whale Bay. That it just means Blue Whale Bay because they want.
Well, they are blue whales, yeah.
Yeah, I know. We were cut off from the stream. We were talking about Whale Bay not really being a good practice to get good at hover because it's unlike most hover tracks.
I used it to learn hover, but yeah, I agree that it's not the best because the main thing when you start hover is just to get used to the basic movement. The hover challenge in adventure mode is probably the most straightforward one.
No boosts, just snaking.
Yeah.
And Nordic is absolutely right. Abe is doing Piratenlagune now.
Not a bad lap 1 for him. Yeah, and you can see that Abe just seems a lot more comfortable in the hovercraft. If you watch their movement, he's snaking a lot more aggressively. Something that just takes some time to get comfortable with.
And it hurts at first.
Yeah, you have to get used to it for sure.
If you still feel the pain, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, you will develop hover calluses.
Just do it like me. Do 5 hover percent runs in a row.
Oh my god, I couldn't
Hover
even
percent is
imagine.
the category where you do every balloon race with hover.
My thumb would fall off if I tried that.
Now, it's Mondsichelinsel.
Yeah, Crescent Island, fun car level. I think
My favorite, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about this level. I think when I first started, I liked it a lot because I didn't know how to use balloons well, and there's no blue balloons on this level at all. So
Hey, but there's a fancy rainbow balloons.
yeah, I guess in theory you could get some use out of those.
If you're Giss and doing that crazy balloon thing that pushes you backwards. Did you see that in one of his streams?
Was it on this level?
Yeah, he accidentally used the balloon on the ship and he targeted some CPU through a wall and it just pushed him backwards.
I've seen some crazy thing happen with the rainbow balloon on Whale Bay where he did like a 360 with a 360 turn in the air with the magnet. That's the craziest magnet I've ever seen.
Treasure cave.
Okay, Treasure Caves, aka Schatzhöhlen.
Yeah, this car level, I'm not a fan. It's one of those short, chaotic levels. It just feels very inconsistent.
But not as fun as Snowball Valley.
Yeah.
That's just one strat you want to do. There's that blue balloon, you gotta use it in combination with some zipper. I like to do it with the first zipper of the lap.
There's quite a few ways you can use the balloon, some faster than others. If you can
I hate using it into the tunnel because I feel like I end up in the water way too much.
Yeah, I try to use it to link together the zipper at the end of the lap and then the first one, like on that straightaway. But the problem with that is you get a really great boost into the like around the corner, but then it's almost impossible to consistently get that balloon. Right,
Yeah, I found it to be that acceptable to not get the balloon as much, but get a better zipper combination.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But then you're always hoping to win the lottery and get both.
But at the same time, my Treasure Caves PB is from 2015, so that's saying something.
Yes. Right, never Frost Peak again.
Frostbeulenspitze.
Oh, barely missed that. And this level is short enough and there's enough boosts that if you play it right, you don't actually ever have to touch the A button again after the first zipper. But it's pretty tough
And
to
it
do
also
that.
sucks.
Yeah. I like this level, but I could see why you'd think it sucks.
I like Windmill Plains inbounds more than this.
Windmill Plains has a lot more downtime. With Everfrost, like you're always boosting the whole time. You make one mistake and you...
And you see what
Fall out of
happened to
control.
Ave. One mistake, it slows him down so much.
And the mistake doesn't even have to be hitting something. Sometimes the mistake is like you think you're going to hit a boost, so you're not holding A. and then you miss the boost and you lose a ton of speed. Like, actually what just happened to him. Except that wasn't that bad. It could be a lot worse than that.
Walrusbucht. It's weird that it's called Walrus Bay in German, basically.
I guess a cove and a bay are like the same. Are they the same word, or is?
I wouldn't really know how to translate cove, so whatever.
I'm not even really sure what the difference is in English.
There is some German lessons. Why not? Just don't try to learn German. It's terrible to learn as a foreign language. But yeah, Valskov, it's the ice. I absolutely hate it.
This part at the end can be very annoying. If you try to drift, this level, like, there's so many like tiny hills, and if you try to drift or in general move over hills, like, just the physics in this game, it's very difficult to do anything consistently when slopes are involved.
Hey, look at that. A cove is a small type of bay or coastal inlet. Coves usually have narrow, restricted entrances, are often circular or oval, and are often situated within a larger bay.
I see. So then Walrus Cove is just a type of Walrus Bay.
Now it's Schneeballschlucht.
Yes, another short, chaotic level, but this one's actually fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Is it just me, or does the announcer say Snowball Pass?
Snowball Valley. I don't know. I never really paid too much attention to what it's
You should
saying.
listen to it. And by the way, those snowballs that I always
That was a brutal
flatten your car, they won't do that in hover.
Really?
The hover does not really have the animation for that. You just maybe get slowed down. But
I
you
know
don't have
hover's
to.
missing like the slipping animation, which
But
is why
you still get the sound effect to being flattened.
Is that also why you just flip up in the air when you go over an oil slick? Because there's no animation for sliding, I guess?
Maybe.
Oil slick on hover is basically the same thing as hitting a mine, right?
What would happen if you hit an oil slick on the ground in plane?
That's a good question. I've never never had that happen.
Oh yeah, and this level is Eisstadt. I like how it's not a frosty village anymore. It's a frosty city. Or town, I guess.
This is another level, a great example of DKR physics. If you try to do that middle section that Ave just went through, there's a good chance, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, when you go over that hill with the boost speed, you're just going to go flying off to the side somewhere.
And that first tunnel in Frosty Village, you can like get how to I say it, the wall, you just get stuck in it.
The wall like sucks you into it.
Yeah.
And sometimes your wheel can actually get stuck in the wall too.
There's a funny one lap shortcut you can do, like one of them where you activate the lap trigger in the middle of the track. You can do it with all vehicles here. Yep, Nordic, maybe you can do a credit swap if you do that oil slick with planes thing. Arbitrary code execution.
Yeah, that's how we're going to get the ACE for this game.
Oh, we're in Felsenschlucht now. I was always so impressed by the changing music in Boulder Canyon.
Yeah, that was sort of a rareware innovation, like having that. And I remember it's the same thing in Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
I was blown away the first time I was hearing that. I guess this was the first time they did it, though.
You see, bonks are not really that much of a problem in hover.
Yeah, in hover, sometimes bonking doesn't really slow you down at all, or it could even help.
But the logs suck in Boulder Canyon.
Yeah, the logs, it's somewhat random because it depends on like how the AIs, like if you're close behind the AIs because you like are close to lapping them, they'll have just gone through the logs and they'll be spinning around like crazy. So sometimes you can get whacked by one.
Greenwood Village.
Grünstadt. Again, it's a town, not a village anymore. They don't like villages in the German version.
This
They
looks
would
like
have
a
to
much
call it
larger town.
Gründorf in German for it to be a village.
This seems like a much larger village than the one in Frosty Village. There's only like a few houses and this one.
I always
like
considered
actually-
Frosty Village to be basically the same thing as Frisisi Peak in Banjo.
Yeah. Same world. I could see that.
Yeah, the thing with village being Dorf in German, it was always so funny to read Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time. It just sounded funny, like
Ganon
Ganon Village.
He's a whole village. There was a spike ball right there, but he actually didn't hit it. I guess because he crossed the finish line at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't count anymore. But sometimes you can just go.
You can hit
through
them right
items.
after the finish line, though, so that was kind of weird because I've seen it. Like you go through the finish line. And
In
then
my
after-
Frosty Village PP, I got right through a spike ball.
I guess sometimes
Sometimes
I mean,
that happens.
sometimes
Even
it works
with
in your
balloons.
favor. You know, it's like going through balloons.
Not always.
Usually, it's you go through a balloon when you're about to PB. And then you miss it.
Okay, we're doing Windmühlenebene now.
Yeah, and there is an out of bounds here, but I don't. You won't see either of these players going for it. It's very difficult compared to the other two.
Watch Halul.
I actually don't do it either. Well, I do it in the PB attempts, but not.
Do it
in-
for the fans.
Maybe I'll do it in my next race. I'm really bad at it though. I'm sure I'll mess it up.
Understandable. It's so hard to not go back in bounds. And
Yeah.
the clip itself.
I like resisted it for so long because I like the inbounds on this level so much.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm stubborn.
Yeah.
Final lap.
It's an interesting strategy Avi does in that section.
Skipping the zipper.
Yeah, he skips the zipper and just barrel rolls straight across. I guess you're...
Also skips the last zipper.
I actually skipped the last one too. I don't know if that's faster or not.
I do
think
all
I
of
tried
them.
both, and that seems like more consistent.
What's your PB inbounds?
134, I think.
134.
Yeah.
Alright, that's decently faster than me.
I got that with getting the ground zipper once.
Alright.
Which I think it saves I don't know how much it saves every time you get it, but
Ave is ahead. Currently doing Zauberwald.
This level is very spooky. And when you don't have the music on, you can hear the whiz pigs laughing at you.
You know how long it took me to realize that those are whiz pig heads? You wouldn't believe it. I just thought they were some ghosts. I didn't really pay attention what exactly they are.
Alright, and we are heading into the last trophy race now.
Everyone's favorite track, Himmelsallee.
Yeah, Space Dust Alley. Oh, okay.
Yeah, fun fact, there's an out of bounds in Space Dust Alley that is TAS only. You have to go to one of those electric pillars thingies and go to the top and let yourself drop to the ground. And if you perfectly follow the pillar and stay inside of it, then you will fall out of bounds. And it's stupidly precise, and no one has ever done it in real time, but it's possible, theoretically. And even if you did it, because of the slow setup, it would only be useful as a time trial 1 lap. I bet Nordic will go for that at some point. Thank you, Guess. I guess, can you announce all the Swedish track names now that I'm doing it in German? On your next commentary.
Oh, 128. Not bad for a race.
Okay, time for Mondkatakomben.
And Denor just finishing the Dragon Trophy.
Are we seeing bonks? Just the usual thing for this track.
Wow. Ave cutting it close, he almost hit the ceiling. But yeah, if you hold forwards...
you can easily hit that ceiling because TT is too fast for this game.
Yeah. If you hold forward though, it shouldn't ever really happen. Oh, that's annoying. His drift got reset by the slope, so then he drifted
not a good Dark Moon.
It's classic Dark Moon Caverns.
The only Dark Moon Caverns.
Oh my gosh! What a placement for a oil slick.
The game has endless ways to troll you.
Yeah, and you saw Denor just did a backflip That's a common problem sometimes if you go for barrel rolls and you're not holding. If you're holding just a little bit too far up or down, you will not do a barrel roll.
Okay, this is Sternenstadt. The German version actually accepts Star City as a city.
Nice. So city state is city.
Lap 2.
Hi, Giz. Oh, Avi's getting really unfortunate luck with these traps.
Yeah, this didn't fall off at least.
Yeah, that could have, if he had been going. Oh yeah, he definitely could have. Yeah, Star Village, my favorite of the 3 villages. Actually, I don't know. Maybe Greenwood Village.
Yeah, obviously the River Palace is kissing for Border Canyon, which is a more fitting name, honestly.
So Ave on near PB pace again. If it's 28:05, then he can't do it here, but he can get pretty close, assuming this goes well.
Yeah, Raumhafen Alpha.
But I'm very impressed with how Ave's been playing. I think he could PB very soon if he tries.
And that homing missile.
Yeah, sometimes I get scared hearing that sound. Even if it's like the AIs are on the other side of the track, you can like hear it through the wall, and it still scares me.
I want to see someone just have a homing missile behind him for an entire race.
I wonder how long you could keep it active, chasing you. .28:17. Missing his PB by only 12 seconds.
Yeah, that's a really solid
Very
time.
impressive.
Can't say what time Nord will get for the
Yeah,
timer.
I don't know how long the inbounds takes very well. And yeah, and we don't have a timer also. Forgot about that. We can see what time he gets in the IRC though, which will probably be a few seconds delayed.
Yeah, all those kids today just using live split connected with SRL. Back in my days, we had to be clever and had dots done typed in before the race is over, so we could just press enter, get that extra second.
Yeah, and you had to hope that RaceBot wouldn't lag. Sometimes RaceBot will just lag and not actually make you finish for like a few seconds.
One of my legends where I won a race just because I had it pre-typed in and my opponent did not.
Yeah, the SRL strats.
Yeah, Ave could have gotten a PB with better Dark Moon.
Ja. Ja. Dit is de kamer. Dit moet proberen. Ja.
Yeah, of course. Giz can't forget that race.
All right, so now I guess we were using Ave's sound, so we don't have we don't have the sound for Dunor, but we can watch him finish. And again, he couldn't do the out of bounds even if he wanted to, because he's not playing on Japanese. They put a cover over the hole that lets you get out of bounds.
That's not nice. Pulling a Retro Studios.
Yeah, at least they didn't fix the hot top volcano.
You know, guess.
He just went over like he was gonna do the out of bounds. I wonder if he knows that he can't do it.
I wanted to show off, you know.
Maybe he was just trying to show everybody that there's a cover there. Maybe he heard me.
Put on a show, you know. And
But you saw it. You could see the gray panel over it. That being
you know
missing.
how it is, guess. SRL strats are part of the race.
Yeah, it's the fastest time to type done, not just finish. All right, well, that's the race, and Ave will take it 2-0. Although, what's going on in the race channel? I don't see. Neither of the players have like a times. Okay, so Dunor just donned and got a 32:47, but that's probably a few seconds slower than his actual time.
It's always confusing with those unofficial times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ave never donned. Was he? Oh, he was. He had accidentally forfeited the race earlier because there was a misunderstanding. So technically, according to SRL, yeah, I see.
Yeah, so that's what's counting. Okay.
So according to SRL, Dunor actually won because but Ave won, but there's just a mess.
Telling you that's SRL strats.
So by by Andy's logic, Ave actually lost because he failed to done. But no, it was a good race.
Yeah.
Both these players coming pretty close to their PBs in at least one of the races.
So, is anyone of the runners coming in here for some interview, or are we supposed to, as call it quits here for the next race? Yeah, you can.
So I guess are we done here? Or?
If the speed gaming.
I don't know if there's anything else scheduled after, or. Huh?
Yeah, guess you better watch out because Koi Conrad is ready for you.
Yeah. Is he? I have to check the tournament website to see you.
Yeah. We seem to have time I read on Discord, so if you can, feel free to just join.
Ave didn't actually lose. There was some mishap with the actual.
He accidentally,
race on SRL.
through a misunderstanding,
Well,
forfeited.
What happened is Dunor accidentally stopped his timer early, which caused it to done. So then I think Ave quit because he thought they were going to like redo it or something. And then because of that, when Ave went to done at the end, it didn't let him because it thought that he had already quit. Yeah, so then he had to undone and then done. So that's why, according to the SRL results, it will say that that Ave lost. So I don't know if there's any way for the recorder to change it, but I don't think it really matters. We know what the results was. Oh, yeah, I think the admin needs to...
So, what's the next DKR race we have? I see
Oh yeah, we can look at the schedule.
Blue Saint versus Koi Conrad, Kiwi Killer versus Atomic Otaku, Trident versus Mano.
I am commentating Koi Conrad versus Javelin on Saturday.
Before that, we have Blue Sox versus Bando. And then also on Saturday, Peaks versus North from this race. And then Blue Sox versus Arten. And I should really organize a race too this week.
Maybe we could combine, well, there's a lot of slots filled, but could try doing another double race or back-to-back race or something like that. There's a lot of races on Saturday and Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, if no one can move Ave in here at the moment, I guess...
I guess we can't really do an interview right now, but...
Okay. Then... Yeah.
Well... Good race, and congrats to Ave on his win. He will be playing. I can't. No, I don't know where to see the groups, but I believe Ave is the pot 2 in his group, so he's gonna race at least one person that's probably has. Let's see. Where are the groups posted? There's like something on here.
I can look up the groups. That group
Oh,
is...
I see it now. Okay.
Ave, Tofu, Peaks, and Nord.
Okay.
And Tofu is obviously the favorite.
Tofu is a very good player, so that's gonna be a tough one. But
so it's basically down to Ave versus Peaks for second place.
Yeah, and Ave has an advantage in PB there, but not by as much. So that could end up being pretty close.
Yeah, it really could, because in that race he probably can't afford to like fail an out of bounds or something big as that.
Yeah, there's not mostly DKR. It's hard to overcome skill gaps because there's like not that many big mistakes that you could make. It's mostly little things. But there are a couple places, like you said, failing it out of bounds. If you fail it bad enough, that could make up a difference. Enough for like a player that's a minute apart to still beat you. So
yeah, I think I'm signing out here. Thanks for watching, and to the runners, good luck on the next races.
Yeah, good luck, and yeah, it was fun, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.